Hi, and welcome to FRADAN. Visit us at www.fradanpower.com and see our other YouTube videos. Today we will show the belt configuration on the model MTSPB 18VG. It's also the same as model VTSPB-14RS. Now, first things first, safety. Please disconnect and remove the spark plugs. Also, put the key on the off position and remove the positive battery cable. We don't want the engine to start while we're working on it. Now I will show how to correctly install the belt. Now if you notice, this pulley has a flat cut groove. The other pulley has a V-cut groove. This bracket is also slotted. Older models do not have this slot. I would recommend updating it to this slotted bracket. You can check out your nearest dealer and they'll be able to order this. Now there's a spacer and a bushing that has to be installed. The bushing goes in the back like so, with a 3/8 bolt. The spacer goes in the front. Now the belt guide has to be installed in the correct direction. If you notice, there's a notch cut out on the top of the belt guide. It can be installed in the wrong direction. If you do this, you will rip up the belt as soon as the engine starts. So make sure that the notch faces up. Now the first step is to put the belt like shown, in between the bracket and the idler pulley. Just remove the screw to do this. Now we're going to use the flat edge of the belt. Put the idler pulley like shown, wrap it around, make sure the belt guide notch is facing up, and the belt guide should hold each end of the belt. Install it in the bracket like shown. Install the washer and the nut. Now you want to adjust it in the downmost position. So lock the screw in the downmost position. Now the belt guide, you want it at a 12 o'clock position. Make sure there's no angle because that can cut the belt. Just tighten the screw. Now route the belt on the top pulley first, in the two idlers, and then lastly route it around the hydraulic transmission. Now the angle of this bracket is critical and can be adjusted. It can be adjusted down by using a block of wood and a hammer. Place the block of wood on the screw and use the hammer to bend it downward. Do not hit the pulley because it can damage the pulley and it can damage the bearing. Now this pulley has an adjustment as well. On the 18 horsepower unit, it is level with the crankshaft. There is a small set screw inside that locks on the key. Make sure that is tight. Now the theory is this bracket will move to the left and tension the belt. Now to do this, there is an adjuster on the left side. Now these two screws must be loose before you can adjust the belt. The tools you'll need is a socket, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch drive, small. I like to use this swivel open end ratchet. a small adjustable wrench. Now you cannot over tighten the belt. The belt cannot be too tight and cannot be too loose. If it's too tight, you will shred the belt as soon as the engine starts. You just have to get it at the perfect tension. Now you have to adjust the belt. Now this bracket has to come towards me to tension the belt. Now to do this, there is a threaded rod welded to a spacer, which is connected to the bolt that holds the bracket. So now adjusting the screw on the end of the rod will bring the bracket towards me, tightening the belt. Now this angle of the bracket should have the pulley almost touch this small bracket on the bottom. This should be about a 1/4 inch clearance. Now if it's too high, you can use the block of wood and the hammer and tap the bracket down to bend the angle. But again, do not hit the pulley because you can damage the pulley or bearing. Now use the ratchet to adjust the adjuster. As you're tightening, check the belt tension to be sure you're not over tightening. Keep in mind, when you secure the lower bracket, that will add tension to the belt. So do not make it too tight. Now we're ready to lock the bracket in place. Now there is play in the bracket. I like to use a 1/2 inch ratchet that swivels and a 1/2 inch open end. There's a cutout on the bottom of the frame so you can get your hand to tighten the lower screw. Now this bracket does have play and it must be adjusted. Use this adjustable wrench, lock it on the bracket, and then you can move the bracket over. Push the adjustable wrench to the engine. It has to be all the way to the engine. And then remove the adjustable wrench. Check the tension again. Now we're ready to tighten the bracket. Using the 1/2 inch on top and my ratchet on the bottom, just tighten. Tighten the first screw, now the second screw. And we're done. This concludes the video for a correct belt installation on an MTSPB 18VG and a VTSPB 14RS. If you have any additional questions, you could always visit one of our FRADAN authorized service centers. Find us on Facebook and visit us at FRADANpower.com. Thank you for watching the video.